Okay, we are just gonna sit here for a sec while we wait for a couple of other people to come and join. But yeah, we are live again. Done my makeup again today. Green dots all the way up here. Little star type freckles. Tried the little nose ridges, which is kind of cute, and then little like the Aztec Nordic ruins. And yes, I know there's a whole controversy going around where people are calling people racist for having the little lines over the noses and stuff like that, and the little lip thing. I just want to show you that that's not the case, and that's not what people are trying to be. Also, it's a part of pagan culture and stuff like that, and Wiccan culture, Norse pagan specifically, I think. I am pagan myself, new to the whole, like, kind of new, kind of not. Went to a lot of mind, body and spirit festivals and stuff like that, and knew a lot about it when I was younger, but still at the same time I'm quite new to it and don't know a whole load about it, but I do know a lot about like the crystals and stuff like that. It needs to be quite loud, otherwise they can't hear it at all. The phone doesn't pick up that well. So that's why I kind of like doing this type of makeup, because it is very much like, yeah, it's kind of fun to kind of mess around with different Nordic tribal ruins and stuff like that. Stuff specifically from my religion and possibly even my heritage, considering I have a heritage in Ireland, which also goes back to all of that sort of stuff as well. So yeah. Obviously we're getting back to reading our book again today. Could you pass me my tablet, please, darling? I don't know if it's charged. I hope it's charged. Oh, I need my tablet. Let's and of course, trying to put my tablet on charge completely destroys my phone, which is also on charge. I would appreciate you not doing that, thank you very much, charger. Sorry guys for that, and yet again, fucking realism on stream, hey? Woohoo! So, a couple of other things that might be coming up in the future. I am hopefully going to be doing live streams on the Xbox with games. If you've got any game suggestions, I'd love to know any game suggestions that you've got that you'd like me to play, and I'll do my best to try them. I'm hoping to get a PC again at some point in the nearest future, maybe the next 6-7 months-ish, roughly. Can you please get us that drink, please?
Alright.
Thank you. And I've got hiccups. So yeah. Fix the lighting, finally. Thank you, baby.
Good.
I'm too tiny to do it. The light's too high up. So we do want to do some gaming ones.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake!
Sorry about that. That was my alarm letting me know that I need to start stream technically in 10 minutes. But starting at 15 minutes early, so everyone's got a chance to kind of get here. You know? It's also meh. Here's what it You know, all these videos get saved and uploaded to YouTube raw footage, right? So it's got every little comment you've made. I think this one actually might be the right charger for the tablet, you know, baby. Or not. I thought it was. It's not, and it's not even charging it. Okay.
That's what I did.
Yay, broken charging wire. We don't even have the right charging wire for this tablet yet. We've had it for like weeks. We do want to do some art streams, but we're like not entirely sure how to start with that one. Because my artwork's not particularly the greatest, but I mean, what? I can't even. Practice makes perfect. I mean, I could turn around. I could show you some of the artwork that I've already drawn on stream at some point. Because I think I've done a couple of little bit of artwork, little bits of artwork too, haven't I? Little tiny drawings and stuff like that. Because what? Yeah, there's some EO drawings and stuff around somewhere. I'm not modded here yet. Oh well, you should be. And let me just you. There you go. You should be modded now. Sorry. You're supposed to be, Annie. Sweet. Thanks. No problem. So I can show you some of the drawings I've done on stream. At some point, I missed my sword. I can show you some drawings. Yes, I can see you've got your PC back. I'm so happy. Woo! I am so happy for you. Congratulations on getting your PC back. That is absolutely great. But yeah, so I can show you some drawings on stream at some point if you guys would like that. And then we can see whether or not you think art streams would be fun. Oh, I'm guessing all of those things for your comic was lost as well. You need to get a storage, like an external hard drive, and like try and start saving everything on the external hard drive as well as on your PC, and then you won't lose everything. That's true, or you could save everything to Google Drive and do it that way. Well, is it written on your USB then, or were you a numpty and forgot to save it all? Because I've done that plenty of times and lost everything. It's not fun. Obviously the book we are going to carry on reading is yes, I had to, because I just want to install Windows. Yes, I had to reinstall Windows. Lovely. Anyway, let's not talk about that on stream. We'll talk about the book we're going to be reading, which is The Greatest Unicorn and The Darkest Unicorn, and the title of the next chapter is The Greatest Unicorn, should I say. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. But yeah. And my tablet's like being fussy charging. Oh, it's on 95%. When did that happen? I'm sure it was dead and then like not put back on charge. Well, I've got my tablet back, guys. It's not dead, which I thought it was. But, okay. I hate hiccups. I hate hiccups. Pardon? Huh? Yes. I might still be streaming at 12, to be honest. I'm quite bouncy and thinking I'm gonna do quite a long live tonight. So yeah, it just depends. I can't promise that I'm gonna be live for that long. You know how I can go. I can be really hyper and happy and really active, and then the next minute I can just go and my energy just drop really quickly. And I am sorry about that. That is unfortunately because of the chronic illness I've got, and I have explained that in the past. But I will stream for as long as I am able to, and I am going to be sticking to stream schedule a lot better than I used to be, because although I have my chronic illness, still, it wasn't, a lot of the times I missed stream wasn't unfortunately because of my chronic illness, that was because of the situation I was in with the person that I was with at the time. So, yeah. I think this is copyrighted. Please, can you pause this? Is Corpse copyrighted?
Oops.
I know that said it was a Twitch playlist and the Twitch picture on it, but I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted. It's fine, it was played for less than 10 seconds. As long as you turn it off as soon as you realise you can't get copyright strike for it. I'm pretty sure. Corpse isn't copyrighted? You serious? You'd think. Then again, I don't think Boy in a Band is copyrighted either. It's too late now. Skip the song. It's fine. A song's a song. Music's music.
Yeah, I just remember that playlist has got a particularly bad song on it earlier on, which changed down since before.
Yeah, which playlist is that?
That was that dance one.
Yeah, have you got a different one on now, have you?
Yeah. Bit more of a chill one.
So I could literally listen to a bunch of Dream songs and Wilbur songs on stream and not get copyright striked. Okay. Oh, yes, they're on your stream playlist, aren't they? I need your stream playlist because that's what I've been. Yes, because I don't have one yet, and I'm just putting random non-copyright music sounds on. Yes, I know. Yes, please. Thank you. She's gonna give me her stream playlist, so Martin, I'm gonna send you the link to that. I don't know how to get it. I send you the link to this of a Discord.
Yeah, I'm okay because I'm on the phone.
Oh, yeah, you haven't got your phone.
From your phone.
Pardon?
From your phone.
Yeah, but I can't come off the live without. I'm just trying to. Hang on. If I give you the tablet, can you log into Spotify on the tablet for me, please? Oh, skits. Sorry. Hang on. Spotify. You know which password and whatnot it is, yeah? It's installing. We're just having to install Spotify on another device so we can log in and change everything. Animal Crossing music or Nintendo music in general, that hasn't caused me any copyright issues either. No, I've seen a lot of streams of them, and actually I've seen quite a lot of streams with Wilbur and Dream and stuff in it as well. And it's great that they're not copyrighted, honestly. So it'd be really nice to have, a decent. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know you do, and you are amazing. Is it your stream playlist you sent me? Is it? Yeah. I know they are, and they're absolutely amazing. For honestly, I love the Dream SMP and everything. I wouldn't say I'm like a major fan. I like them. I love the music. I love the work. But I'm more of like a hell of a lot of respect for them. I have a hell of a lot of respect. No, I haven't. I've seen a couple of their streams, I've seen a couple of their videos, I've seen a lot of the music, and that's about it. I just haven't really been avid on watching anything really. And while I was in the situation that I was in, I really didn't have free roam of what I could and couldn't watch. And there was a lot of stuff I didn't watch just for the simple fact that I couldn't be asked with the drama of it. Yes.
What do you want to do on this day?
Have you logged in?
Just logged in all that. What's last bit?
Oh, well, pass here then. I'm just gonna... But I am gonna start watching them, but I can't say I'm an avid watcher or a massive fan of them because I haven't really seen any of their content, unfortunately. Yes, because of the situation that I was in. But I do have a lot of respect for them, and the community is really nice. And I know enough about them to know that they're absolutely amazing, you know what I mean? But that's about it, really. But I will watch more Erit, actually, and I will... There we go. Well, thank you. Also, at some point I want the link to your personal Spotify playlist because that's boss as well. When did you send it to me? This is your stream playlist. When did you send me a personal one? Have I just completely missed it? Oh, can I? Oh yeah, I can go into your profile from here, can't I? And do it that way. Should be able to. Oh, it was a while back, was it? Yes, awesome songs. That's that one. That's your playlist. Yeah, I didn't even. Thank you. Yes, it is. It is amazing. Your music taste is amazing. We will get back. We will get into the book shortly. Just waiting for a couple. Hello to the other viewer that has popped into chat. I look down and I see you have arrived. Welcome to the madhouse. Also something that I should probably do, which I haven't really done on stream, is come out. I am officially, my gender would be demi-femboy, so I feel more like a boy than a girl, but I prefer to present feminine. Yeah, it's complicated. My pronouns are he, him, they, them, or it and its. And my name is Nox, which is also the god of the night, and if you translate it into Latin and back, it means gender neutral. So, kind of perfect. Absolutely love the name. So there you go, that's me. I'm Nox. I know I've changed my name a hell of a lot, but honestly, because of us being a system with our personality disorder and having multiple personalities, we couldn't decide on a name as we don't have a main fronter anymore nor a main personality. I will talk more about that. I do have a formal diagnosis of multiple personality disorder, and I got that when I was about 15. But I think that they've changed all of that to dissociative identity disorder. But I don't know if the diagnosis will have automatically updated or changed. So that's a thing. That's why we are so differently presenting when we are forward and like back and like in different streams and stuff. And one day we can be extremely masculine, and the next we can be extremely feminine. But in general, we are non-binary and all of us, the whole system goes by Nox. If you would like to learn more about that sort of side of things, I will be talking about it more on my TikTok, so feel free to go there. Vibes to my own playlist on your stream. Yes! Because your playlist is great. Meredith, NPC, hello to both of you. Welcome. No, I'm not Meredith. My name is Nox. Welcome to my stream. We are doing an audiobook stream today. I am also a gamer. Both of you, we've got James and BLWSY. I'm not entirely sure how to explain that. I'm not an NPC and I'm not Meredith. Hi, we are Samies brothers. Well, hi, welcome to my stream. We're gonna be getting into this audiobook that I've been reading to you guys, I guess it's an audiobook for you guys. We're a couple of chapters in and we're at the Greatest Unicorn chapter, and we're gonna be doing that in a little bit, but I also Blow sweet, it's pronounced. Okay, thank you. I do gaming content as well. I will be getting back to that shortly when I can figure out how to work the Xbox, because I was a PC streamer and will now be an Xbox streamer and PC streamer when I get games. Well, I've done Red Dead Redemption, I've done Destiny 2, I've done Minecraft, I've done Roblox, I've done Back for Blood, I've done Outriders, Apex, Fortnite, Apex with me all the time, yes. And honestly, I am up for playing any new game suggestions. If you would like to go to my Discord, it is linked in the channel in my bio. Should be linked down. I don't think it's linked down below yet, but it is in my bio. I don't know. I try my best. I try my best, honestly. I do, but I can't say that I'm amazing at it. It's more of a laugh, really, when I'm playing it. But you are very welcome to join the Discord. Very welcome to follow. I used to have channel alerts and alerts to tell me when people followed. So if you follow, just tell me that you followed. And obviously I'll do all the thanks and stuff like that, but I can't see it with my phone and I don't know. Yeah, it's awkward and annoying, and I really want my PC back, and I will be getting one eventually. But yeah, if you do, thank you very much. You're welcome to join this Madhouse Crazy Den thing that we've got going here. Biscuits. Can you get me that drink, please? I'm really thirsty. I'm gonna nab that off you, please. I need to smoke. Bruh, I don't know how you had a PC and then lived without it, because I'm fucking dead, dude. Actually, I've been dealing really well without it, to be honest. I've got the Xbox game on, and with the fact of the person that got it for me and not a nice person and stuff, I just couldn't have it. It was too tainted. I had too many bad memories and flashbacks with it. Yes, I am a full-time streamer. At the minute, I have got a schedule going on, and I stream every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Friday, and every Sunday. Yeah, controls hurt more for me as well. And once I get my PC back or figure out how to work the Xbox, I will be streaming a hell of a lot more, and adding more streams into that schedule. So I do 4 streams a week at the minute, and hopefully maybe even up to 10 or 12 streams a week I want to get up to when I can get everything sorted. Because at the minute all we've really got is Nox's Dino Corner, which I don't think it changed the name. I think it still says Effie's Dino Corner in the title. No, it's just called Dino Corner Storytime. That's good. I don't do many streams. I do long streams. Well, I want to do many streams because I want to be a variety streamer, you know what I mean? I want to do this, like the story time thing, which I think is a really cute way to kind of relax and wind down, and like a really fun thing to do. And then I want to do art streams, and then I want to do game streams, and then I want to do streams with viewers, and then I want to do streams with my friends, and then maybe streams on my own. There's a bunch of different new things that I want to try out, like get ready with me streams and stuff where I do makeup with you and all sorts. Dude, I'm a variety streamer, how dare you? I know you're a great variety streamer, but you know I can't stream for that long. It's just too much for me. Although I am a regular streamer, my streams are short compared to most, unfortunately, due to the chronic illness that I've got. So I do little and many, or as many as I can. And hopefully I will build my streaming up to can't talk properly. Yeah, about 12 streams a week. Soon as there's 3 of you here, I kind of want to do Euro Truck Sim stream to BH. That would be funny, call it road rage with Annie. Oh my goodness me. You know what? I want in on that. I want in on that. Yes. You know what? We should do that together because, you know, the more people, the more fun. Oh no, the lighter died. Anyway, we should get into the book now. Do you have the game? I think I have it on Steam, so it will have to be... Oh, I just lost. Now all of you guys lost the game as well. I lost the game. Gonna say it out loud?
Lost the game.
There you go. Now, the point of the game is to not remember the game. If you remember the game, then you've lost the game, and you are automatically playing the game. You don't have a choice whether you are playing the game or not. The game does not care whether you want to play the game. You are playing the game. If you remember the game, you have lost the game, and you have to get up in front of everyone admitting that you've lost the game. Now, yes, that will cause a reoccurring reaction of everyone in the room remembering the game and having to get up and admit that they have lost the game. And yes, it just pisses everyone off, and that is the point of the game.
I've been playing this since I was 16 years old.
You've been playing it since you... Oh my god, years, man! Oh my god, years. That's years, man. I do have the game on Steam, so it'll have to wait. I refuse to believe the game exists.
But the game believes that you exist, unfortunately, and it will get you.
And you've lost the game.
Again.
And you've just spoken about the game, so you've lost the game.
I mean, if you... Speaking about the game, actually acknowledges it, so therefore it destroys. You're doomed.
Yep, you're doomed. Pouty face. Right, the greatest unicorn. The unicorn's deep night calling was loud and unexpected, and the sudden passes the smoke, please. And the sudden strangeness of it sent her staggering backwards. She tripped and fell, banging her hip bone on the hard floor. She was not badly hurt, it would just be a bruise, but she stayed curled up where she was gazing up at the majestic creature. Even the floor itself was frozen, although strangely not wet, and she shivered. The unicorn tilted its head slightly, looking at her with its dark blue eyes. "You may rise." It was a woman's voice, low, rasping. Got it. Before I wasn't talking about the game, I was talking about the Euro Truck Sim, so bleh to you too. It was a woman's voice, low and rasping. It was not the sound that Linnell had expected him to make. Still, Linnell rose as she had been instructed to do, and saw a woman standing behind the unicorn. She must have been the one who spoke. She was old, leaning on a staff, and she wore a floor-length white gazer's dress. Her wrinkled skin and long plaited hair were both pale, which gave her a ghostly appearance. Yet she looked more solid than the unicorn. Who was she? How did she get into the room? Linnell hadn't seen anyone enter after her. The woman spoke again. "I work for the greatest unicorn. My master doesn't share your language, so I will interpret for him." Linnell nodded and stared at the unicorn. She felt she should say something. She dropped a clumsy curtsy and said, "Your Majesty." The unicorn perked his ears slightly forwards. Wispy white steam emerged from his nostrils as he breathed gently. He says you look cold. Lunel nodded. This will pass. And strangely, it did pass. Warmth spread throughout her. Was it his magic? You have come here for a reason. Lunel nodded. She knew what she wanted to ask for, but she was too scared to speak. Fine things, freedom. She managed eventually. Her voice sounded small and silly, but the unicorn seemed to understand. He walked towards her and then she took a few steps backwards until she realized she was standing in the middle of the frozen pool in the center of the room. Her feet didn't feel cold, and although she saw the clouds beneath her, she didn't feel afraid as she had done on the mountainside. The unicorn circled the pool, his long tail swinging slowly, and the muscles working his hips and shoulders. You want expensive jewels, said the woman's voice. Lunel nodded, and a light white mist sprang up around her. The unicorn paced faster. You have expensive jewels. It was true. Lunel could feel the weight of a necklace at her throat. She stretched out her hands. There were rings on her fingers and bracelets around her wrists and golden bracelets studded with gemstones, diamonds, and other coloured stones that she couldn't name. She gasped her wish. Sander had spoken the truth. The unicorn was able to work powerful magic. Something began to fall from the ceiling. At first, Lunel thought it was a hailstorm, although she knew that made no sense. Little hard white sharpers rained down upon her, bouncing and rolling across the icy floor. One caught in Lunel's hair. She plucked it out and examined it. It was a pearl. They were all pearls. You want exquisite dresses. Lunel nodded again. She could hardly believe that this was happening. The unicorn continued to walk around her. She felt her loose frame, girl's frock, and apron change into a fine clothes. The bodice squeezed her midriff and the sweeping blue gown reached to the floor. Lunel gazed down at the skirts, every inch of which was covered with delicate gold embroidery. This was just what she had always wanted. She turned in a slow circle, feeling like a dancer on top of a music box. She stretched out her skirt with her hands and pointed her toe. Her shoes, also golden, had a jeweled buckle and a heel. She touched her hand to her head. The pearls were there attached to a comb. She stood taller and straighter. Now she felt like the real Lunel, the girl she was supposed to be. She could walk into a royal court and no one would question her. She would be whoever she wanted. Lunel lifted her chin and laughed. The unicorn stopped in front of her. His dark blue eyes stared into her own. Now it's your turn to give me something. Lunel's heart began to beat faster. What could she give in exchange for all of this? Nothing. Maybe now the wish would not be granted. The unicorn would be angry that she wasted his time. He would take all of the fine things away from her and throw her out on the cold mountainside once again. Lunel lowered her gaze. I have nothing to give you, sir. She braced herself for the unicorn's wrath, but it didn't come. Instead, he started circling again, but faster than he had done before. A trot, then a canter. Lunel could no longer see the interpreter, but she could hear her voice. Everyone has something to give, Lunel. Think. Very hard. What do you have that you can give? What's your greatest gift? Her greatest gift, when they put it like that, of course Lunel knew what it was. It was her father had always told her all the time. Her voice, she began to sing. To me you are a diamond, to me you are a pearl, to me you are an emerald, to me you are the world. Thanking you. I'm just gonna have a quick tea break. Oh, lovely. Thank you, baby. Num, 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 num. Num, num, num. Yum, 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 yum. Hot. As she sang, she thought of her father playing the fiddle, his kind eyes, and his hand resting gently on her shoulder that morning. She thought further back to the hazy memories of her mother. Thank you, Linnell. This is exactly what my master was hoping for. Are you willing to give your gift to him? Sandra's voice came back to her. Be careful what you give to the unicorn. He can take anything without your permission. Her singing voice was her mother's gift to Linnell. She would be willing to give it up for the sake of, would she be willing to give it up for the sake of material things? As she sang, she knew that she would. Linnell nodded and spoke directly to the unicorn. Yes, my gift is yours. The unicorn lowered his head. In response, there was a pause where Linnell wasn't sure what she was supposed to do next. Should she continue singing? And as she began the second verse, the interpreter spoke again. Thank you, Linnell. The unicorn is most grateful for the gift of your memories. He will take them from you now. Memories. Her memories. No, that wasn't right. She was supposed to be giving him her voice. Linnell tried to speak, but she could not find the words. The unicorn soon moved quickly, although they didn't seem to make a sound. Soon he was galloping around her in the white mist surrounding the darkness, a grey-blue rising from his hooves like dust clouds. She tried to watch but felt dizzy, confused. Surely he couldn't really take her memories. She wouldn't give those up to anyone. Yet as the unicorn galloped, she felt the images in her mind slipping away. There was a fairy in the woods dancing, the sound of pipes, someone rocking in a wooden chair with a crocheted shawl on her lap, herself at the age of 3 chasing chickens, the small sweet haying cows, her father, his hair white, his face weathered, the feel of the cow's udders as she milked, the sound of the milk hitting the wooden pail, a little yellow bird trilling sweetly, the orange hawk on the mountainside, and the matching sunrise that morning. Had it been that morning? Maybe it had been last week or last year. She couldn't remember. She wanted so badly to remember. There was a song. What were the words? If she could remember the words, then it would all come back to her. An old man used to sing the song to her. Or was it a woman? She couldn't be sure. Something about diamonds and mountains. She could still sing the notes perfectly. She sang to the unicorn. He was beautiful. She could not remember quite what she was doing here, but she knew he was beautiful. She knew she wanted to stroke his mane. The unicorn slowed and steadily came to a stop in front of Linnell. He breathed hard his nose, and the old woman. He breathed hard through his nose, and the old woman came and stood by him. He moved his head up and down in a slow nod. My master thanks you. Now you each have what you desire. Linnell looked down at her fine clothes, felt the embroidery under her fingers. She was so lucky, but she was sure there was something more. I wanted freedom. Yes, your freedom is granted. You may leave whenever you choose. Linnell gazed around the icy white room. The clouds beneath her feet sprinkled light on the water and the ornate throne. She tried to think of a place where she might go, but her mind was blank. She could not think of how she had come to be here, or from where she had come. Where could she possibly go that was more beautiful than this place? Come with us now, child, said the interpreter. Linnell smiled and followed her, and the unicorn through a second set of doors. As she went, she hummed to herself. Such a sweet melody. She just wished she could remember the words. Ooh. So that leaves us on a cliffhanger, because the next one is the next chapter is 2 years later in a completely different part of the city called Essendor. That's very wow. Cliffhanger.
Well, that's a naughty bloody fucking unicorn.
Pardon?
That's a naughty unicorn, that one.
That's a naughty unicorn. Yeah, I don't like that unicorn.
Bad unicorn. He's presenting terms with mental extreme. Right?
Well, on the cover of the book at the bottom, it does say not all unicorns are good. So we were expecting the unicorn to be bad. You know what I mean? So how is everyone in chat doing? Are you okay? Why are you laughing so hard?
No, actually, this was the shopping channel. It's the original Wii shopping channel.
Yeah.
On a Wii.
I have I had a Wii. I used to play the Wii all the time. We should get a Wii. We should get one of those boards and use the little Wii Sports machine. Hey, would you guys want to do watch me do a Wii Sports stream live thingy?
Wii Bowl.
Wii bowling. Start live streaming the Wii. Oof.
Yeah, I was wondering on the consoles.
We've got the PlayStation, and once I get the
We've got the PS3 there.
we've got the PS3 and the Xbox One,
X.
Xbox X,
Xbox One X.
Xbox One X, and then we're getting a PC. So that's technically near enough one of each console. Although we need one from Nintendo and one from Wii, and then that'd be everything. PlayStation 3, once I get that set up and get me PC, I can actually stream PlayStation 3 games through the PlayStation through my PC onto stream.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll see that with Wii games and all like that. I mean, even the back down to the old GameCube.
Yeah, and if I get a camera and a tripod set up in the corner of the room, I'll be able to stream my face as well. Because what I'll do is I'll stream the games through my PC.
Couple of Wii consoles. Together, like, one mine's doing the whole Legends of Zelda streaming thing with it.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. That'd definitely be something we could do. Would you guys enjoy that?
Always times in Majora's Mask. Not really enough time.
We'll get you a mask.
No, Majora's Mask is not the name of the game.
Oh no, but we'll get you. If we show the faces, we'll be getting you a mask. Are you sure you'll be fine without a mask?
Just hide those little also kills.
Guys, I think you guys are supposed to be to say hi on stream. Oh, little heart. See? Chat's encouraging that as well. Chat. I know that sounds so bad, and yes, my phone should be on silent. I am sorry. I will put it on silent now. There you go, it's on vibrate.
Did you not put your phone on silent?
No. Oh, oops. Thank you for the cuppa, darling. Proper British stream. Can't do it without a cup of tea.
Right, I am from the new wave generation.
The notif shit just deafened me, dude. Oh shit, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But yeah.
How do you get your stream?
Pardon?
No, how do you get your stream?
I don't know. How is the music, guys? Is it loud enough? Is the phone picking it up alright? Do the YMCA. Really? Really? I mean, chat's requesting it. Music is fine for background, yeah. Okay, that's good. You want me to do the YMCA?
M-A-R-Y.
Welcome to the YMCA. Welcome at the YMCA. 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 There you go. You happy?
Everyone's forgotten the word.
Bing bong. Fuck your life. Why did you do that? You know that's an autism trigger for me. That is so mean. On stream as well. You're mean. You're mean.
Big one.
Fuck your life. You're mean too. Sorry, that is an autism tick for us. Now everyone in chat's going to be saying it. Now everyone in chat is just going to be going bing bong. Fuck your life. And I'm just going to see the message. I'm just going to see the message and I'm just going to...
You know with that tick, you're going to have to say how many all your streams are 18 plus.
All my streams are recommended 18 plus anyway.
Yeah.
They only have to be recommended 18 plus. If it's an over 18 stream, you don't have to actually set it as 18 plus. Because I strongly believe that it's the parents' job decision whether their children watches an 18 plus stream or not. And it's not my job to turn around and discipline other people's kids. So if they're watching my stream, then that's up to their parents, not me. They make fake accounts with fake ages anyway, so there's no point in really doing anything. If they want to do it, they'll do it. The kids, that's what kids do. And it's not up to me to turn around and discipline children that I don't even know whether they're there or not, you know what I mean? You can't set it as 18 plus anyway, just disclaim it in the title, they can't do fuck all. Yeah, you can set it for mature audiences, I guess, but yeah, fake accounts. Yeah, exactly. Your playlist is so great that I keep vibing to it and not reading the flipping book. I think I've been streaming for near on an hour now, and I've only read one chapter. Chapter 4, Foolish Rules from Ruling Fools. The four of them sat high upon the slope just inside Essendor city walls. The summer sun was setting in the sky behind them, and Thady swatted at an occasional biting insect. She was teaching Tib the game of merrills. He was only 5 summers old, but he had picked it up quite quickly and would soon be better than she was. Finch sat cross-legged nearby and Hetty was on her own. A little further off, stitching something, probably embroidering a cushion cover or one of those other pursuits that Thady couldn't stand. Why do you think there's so many clips of me singing? Minecraft is refusing to install. Oh no! Oh no! Bad Minecraft! Although Thady didn't love Essendor at the moment, she did love this spot where she could see the goings on in the city, but also the river, the houses, the fields and the mountains all stretching out beyond. When others thought of Essendor, they might picture the castle or the midnight unicorn. But to Thady, the whole view was Essendor. The vast majority of the city's population lived on the outside city walls, just as she did. Hetty stood up, chucking her fabric under her arm as she walked over to where they were playing. She watched the game for a few moments before she spoke. "It's getting dark, and," asked Thady. Hetty was always worrying about one thing or another. "We have to be back by nightfall. The curfew, remember?" Thady didn't look up from the game board. She currently had three of Tib's men blocked, and if she didn't concentrate and move the wrong piece, he would take the lead. It's ridiculous to have a curfew. It's still warm. On summer's evenings, we should be able to stay out for as long as we want. I'm at least going to finish this game. Tib looked at Hetty and then back at Thady. He played his next move, grinning. If Thady was staying, then he wasn't going anywhere either. Thady gave him a quick smile. She could always count on Tib. Hetty put her hands on her hips. It's not like it's just Madame Tilbury we have to answer. The curfew was ordered by a royal decree. Thady rolled her eyes. It can't be a royal decree when none of the royal family are here. Their young Queen Audrey had been struck by a mysterious sleeping sickness, and her twin sister Alette was leading a party to find the cure away. Anyway, what are the watchmen going to do? Cart us off to the dungeons where we're not in bed if we're not in bed on time. Finch stood up. Come on, you two. Hetty's right. The guards will be doing their rounds soon, and we need to be on the other side of the city wall. We don't want to get locked in, do we? Thady sighed. He's beaten me anyway, she said, as Tib lined up 3 counters in a row, making a mill and stealing Thydy's last piece. She shook Tib's hand, and together they poured the wooden pegs back into the little drawstring bag and picked up the board. They all headed towards the gates. On the way, Hetty carried on talking. You do know the curfew is to keep us safe. The streets are dangerous at the moment. People are going missing and nobody knows why. She directed her words at Tib, although Thady knew they were meant for her. Just days after Alette left Essendor, people, older children, and not quite adults started going missing. It had been happening in smaller villages and towns for months, even years. But since Queen Audrey had taken the throne and the Midnight Unicorn had returned, Essendor had once again felt like a safe place to be. The 13-year reign of King Zealous seemed like a bad dream, but now their unicorn protector had forsaken them once again, and the people of Essendor feared their future. Thady refused to believe that the Midnight Unicorn had abandoned them, at least not forever. The unicorn was probably off fighting a battle on Essendor's behalf, but in the meantime the city's inhabitants had to protect themselves. The Royal Council had decided that this meant a curfew. Everyone should be home by nightfall after the city gates were locked, and watchmen were posted at the city walls. Anyone entering had to prove their identity or be locked out until morning. Those within the city walls, the royal family and their courts, were safe. People outside the city walls, the normal folk, were advised to lock their doors and not leave children asleep on their own in bedrooms. This was no problem since not many children on the outskirts of Essendor had the luxury of their own bedrooms. Thady thought the whole idea was a joke, and she told Hetty so. The curfew is ridiculous, a foolish rule from ruling fools. Our rulers are not foolish, they are respected ruling council chosen by the Queen. They are doing their best they can, Hetty said. I have to admit, the curfew sounds a bit quite sensible to me, said Finn. The rules are foolish for 3 reasons, Thady held up her forefinger to indicate the first. Firstly, they are made only for rich people and people locked behind the guard. The guards are the rich, the important ones. On the other side, where normal people like us live, we do not have sacks of gold or proper weapons or even locks on our doors. If a dragon or anyone wanted to carry us off, they just would, curfew or no curfew. So it's a dragon taking people, is it? Said Hetty, incredulously. Thady ignored her and held up her second finger. Secondly, not all the people who went missing disappeared in the darkness. The first Essendor child to go missing was the youngest of the stolen ones, little Clover Melling. She was taking some pears down to her mother's market stall first thing in the morning, and Lilith Brain was coming home from school on a sunny afternoon. What about the boy from Effing Elysian Circus? He was snatched in the dark, Hetty shouted at the thought. Yes, it was dark. No, we don't actually know that he was snatched, said Thady. None of them knew any of these people or exactly what happened to them, but they knew their names and the stories of their sudden disappearances. They remembered the growing panic in the city, the search parties going out, coming back with nothing. Nighttime is more dangerous. It's a more dangerous time. It just feels more dangerous. And the curfew makes the Royal Council feel as though they're doing something. They want to be seen to be acting, whereas they're probably panicking. Hetty tutted at this rant, which she'd heard before, but Thady continued anyway. The most sensible thing to do would to be enforce an all-day curfew, but then the fields wouldn't be ploughed, the crops would be ruined, and it would be all their fault. Much better to put a useless night curfew in place. The people won't riot through fear, and the city will just lose the odd child here and there. Tip might not understand everything she was saying, but he listened to every word. When she paused for breath, he grinned up at her with his gleaming teeth in the near darkness. What's the third reason the rules are foolish? Thady grinned back. The third reason is if you make rules, there will always be someone who wants to break them. They had nearly reached the city gates by now, and two watchmen turned at the sound of their footsteps. Thady pulled her cloak up over her head and pressed herself into the shadows. You three go ahead, she whispered. I'm going to stay here. Yes! Ha 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 ha. You three go ahead, she whispered. I'm going to stay here. I'll show you just how easy it is to sneak past a couple of idle guards. Hetty sighed. This is really quite ridiculous. Can't we just go home? You go. I will see you back at Madame Tibble's in a few minutes. Or if I fail, you can visit me in the castle dungeon in the morning. This isn't funny, Thady. And why do you always say Madame Tibblery's? Why can't you just say, I'll see you back home like the rest of us? Because it's not my home, whispered Thady curiously. The two girls stared at each other for a few seconds until Finch guided Hetty away by the elbow. Come on, it's not worth it. Trying to persuade Thady when she has her mind made up. It's just not gonna happen. Thady watched the three of them walk towards the gate. One of the soldiers spoke. You're putting it fine tonight, young'uns. Get yourself back to bed and keep yourself safe. Finch muttered something in return. They shuffled through the gates, turning eastwards towards Madame Tibblery's. 3 minutes and 40 seconds later, Thady was on the other side of the wall, running west. It was just as easy as she had said. A handful of pebbles thrown at a wooden door distracted a watchman long enough for her to slip through unnoticed. Now she ran quickly enough and used her favourite shortcut. She would be back home at Madame Tibble's before the others. Hetty would be furious. Thady only stopped running as she swung the cottage door open. She slammed it shut behind her and leaned back against it, laughing to herself. Madame Tibblery was sitting at the kitchen table, hands collapsed around an etherwemel. She had the look of someone who had just sat down for the first time that day, which was perfectly possible. She raised her eyebrows slightly. You look exhausted. What have you been doing, child? Is everything all right? Where are the others? I was beginning to wonder why you'd all disappeared to. Thady just giggled and shook her head a little. They'll be here soon. Madame Tibblery stood and reached into the pantry for a jug of milk. She poured it into 4 cups and sat back down again. By the time Hetty, Finch and Sid burst in, Thady's red cheeks had turned their usual colour. She was sitting across from Madame Tibblery, looking like she'd been there for hours. Hetty glared at Bidey. She couldn't say anything in front of Madame Tilbury, of course, but Bidey could tell she was cross. She would probably have been happier if Bidey had been fought by the guards. Madame Tilbury pushed a cup of milk across the table towards each of them, and they all sat down. Bidey was fond of Madame. Bidey was fond of Madame Tilbury. She knew a little of what Thady had been through. Like Thady's mother, Madame Tilbury's husband, Brickwork, had disappeared for months when Zealous was on the throne. She didn't know for a long time whether he was alive or dead, but then he turned up out of the blue along with the royal princess. That was one of the reasons why she had taken the 4 children in. She understood the only difference was that Thady's mother had not returned yet. Whew, I need a bit of a breather. Spin it. You having fun playing that game? What are you playing? Borderlands?
Yep.
That's a game I can stream. Borderlands.
This is the time to Wonderland's One Shot Adventure.
A nice lovely cup of tea. Make sure to keep yourselves hydrated, guys. Just gonna take a quick breather. And then I will get back to the book. I know we're mid-chapter, but my head is a bit scrambled at the minute, and words keep going. Pardon me. And the mid-switch chat. Confusing, you're just a doormat. He's got social skills, doesn't mean I can't pay the bills. Your new boyfriend's an asshole. Okay. Okie dokie, so let's get back to the book. When Queen Audrey came to the throne 4 years ago, one of the first things she did was put measures in place to care for the city's orphans. A lot of children have been left without parents, either through the disease and hunger that was rife in Zolus's reign, or from the recruitment drive for his special army. Queen Audrey herself was an orphan. She was only 19, just a few years older than Thady. Thady felt sorry for her. Becoming queen at such a young age was a lot of responsibility, but she did such a good job and made a difference. To help the orphans, she appealed to ordinary families who had never had any children of their own, or families like the Tilburys, whose children who had grown up and left her. Madame Tilbury didn't have to think about it for very long. Now her husband Beric was on the royal council. He was away a lot and she wasn't keen on an empty house. Madame Tilbury insisted her house was not an orphanage. She said the words made her think of rows of beds and children scrubbing floors. Hers was a home, her own home, and she had just made room for a few more. There were only 4 children, and they each had to share a room with just one another. Thady with Hetty and Finch with Tib, and they had 3 meals a day, which was more than some children ate in poor families. The others called her Maya Tilbury, but Thady stuck with Madame. However fond she grew of her, she had her own mother after all, even if her mother happened to be missing right now. That was the big difference between Thady and the others. Finch, Hetty and Tib all knew the sad stories of what had happened to their parents, but Thady did not. As far as Thady or anyone else knew, her mother was still there, out there somewhere. They drank their milk quickly, glancing at one another over their cups. She could tell that the others wondered how she got home so quickly, but no one could ask in front of Madame Tilbury. Thady would tell them all about it later, but as far as Madame Tilbury was concerned, for now they were all ready for bed. Thady's bedroom was small and simple, with a dark wooden floor, a rag rug and a double bed which she shared with Hetty. She threw on her nightdress as quickly as possible, leaving her clothes tangled in a bundle on the floor, and jumped into bed. She and Hetty made the bed this morning, as always, but Madame Tilbury must have changed the sheets that day because they were stretched tightly across the bed in the way that only she could manage. The sheets smelled the way all Madame Tilbury's washing smelled, like a cross between lemon and lavender. Hetty came into the room, got into her nightclothes in silence and carefully folding any clothes that she would wear again the next day and putting them into her trunk. Hetty was giving out the sort of signals that showed she wasn't interested in speaking to Thady. Thady knew what Hetty could be like. She was annoyed with Thady for leaving the city after them, and probably would ignore her for a week now. No matter, she would use the peace and quiet to write in her diary. Thady reached over and took her worn book from the pocket of the tunic she'd been wearing that day. She kept it on her at all times, as she would hate to lose it. Today's account was half scribbled page about tricking guards. "What are you writing?" asked Hetty, looking over at the book as she slid between the sheets next to Thady. Now Hetty wanted to talk. Some people seemingly found nothing more interesting than someone quietly jotting sentences into a small book. Thady angled the pages away from her. "Nothing much." "Are you writing about me?" asked Hetty. "No." Thady finished writing her sentence and snapped the book shut. "Why not? What do you mean?" I mean, you see me every day. We share a room, a bed, and a breakfast table. I'm virtually your sister. So why don't I make it into your diary? Spidey sighed and put the diary on her nightstand. You're not my sister. I know that, said Hetty, rolling over to the other side to face Spidey. That's why I said virtually, she sighed. When I was growing up, I always wanted a sister. I thought I might have a younger sister with curly hair and gaps in her teeth. I certainly never imagined someone like you. But sometimes life turns out differently to the way we imagined, doesn't it? Spidey put on a light, put out the light and lay on her back, staring into darkness. I don't mean to be impolite, but I'm not looking for a sister. I have my own family. My mother, for all I know, she is still out there somewhere. Until she returns, I'm on my own, and I don't answer to anyone else. Hetty sighed again, ostentatiously. Spidey couldn't see her expression, but she could hear that she was trying to keep her voice calm. Look, I'm not trying to start another fight, and I wasn't earlier either. I was just worried that something might happen to you. I wasn't trying to tell you what to do. I should hope you're not trying to tell me what to do, seeing as you are approximately 6 weeks older than me. Spidey knew she shouldn't react, but sometimes Hetty rubs her the wrong way. Hetty sighed again. I'm just saying that there are rules and we don't want to get in trouble or into danger. Spidey's eyes began to grow accustomed to the darkness, and she watched the shadows from the trees outside flicker on the ceiling. Shadows that could be anything, dangerous or dismal or dangerous. She grinned to herself, and all I am saying is that we could have some real fun with this curfew. Oh, itchy chin. Baby, am I right to nab that off you, please? Disassociating quite a lot. It's probably not the best to be disassociating during stream. So I am going to take a quick breather. I am still going to stream. Yeah, but I can't end stream otherwise. I normally would have the just break stream here, but there's no way to mute mic or anything like that on here. So do you know his number?
I don't think it's WhatsApp, right?
No, I was gonna say because I've got WhatsApp on here. What time is it? We will be right back, and we will be. I will read another chapter, and then that will probably be the end of the stream. Yeah, those little. Yeah. It's pretty cool. We need a honestly, we need to get a mascara. The eyeliner chalk thing we got through the dots. They literally just snap and away. They're full of all that. They're really good eyeliner. She's gonna Kimmy's gonna go on a shopping. She's gonna take me to some decent makeup shops and stuff. I'm showing me where to get decent makeup from, so I'll have a look what's there and see if I can get myself some decent ones. Cause I need a better photo palette than that, because that was we're using so much of it. It's just blend very well. We're using a lot of it because it's not good. Makeup is not transferring very well. If we had a better blend, a better photo palette, we would be able to. I'm thinking of maybe saving a little bit of money. Or having all saved for the decent makeup shops in town. Well, I was thinking maybe down for one, but it's like taking the highlights. I've got actual yeah, one like that looks better quality. And I am back, guys. Oh, hello. We have another viewer. Hello. Sorry, we were just having I was just having a quick break. So the next chapter is called Stairs in the Dark. Just half an hour later, when Madame Tilbury had gone to bed, and the girls snuck into the boys' room, and as they often did, Finch and Tib's room had a low window that opened up to the shallow sloping roof of the back of the house. The ground behind the house ran uphill to meet the forest. On the roof to meet the forest. So that on the roof they were level with the bottom of the trees, and it didn't feel that high up. It was quiet and private, as well as picturesque. Sorry, dyslexia, Blair. Finch had been the one to discover the spot. He was a keen bird watcher. He had chose with a name like that and found it a useful place for watching birds and other wildlife. Tip had soon followed him out there. Eventually the girls had joined them too. The location had the advantage of being at the back of the house, far away from Madame Tybalt's room. She couldn't hear them out here, as long as they kept their voices low. As a result, the roof became a place where they had shared their hopes and dreams and sometimes their secrets. Tonight was a perfect roof night. The air was stifling inside, and none of them would be able to get to sleep until it cooled down, but it was too hot to go exploring anywhere else. Finch had sat sideways under the bedroom window, and Tib sat next to him on the windowsill, his legs resting on Finch's knees. He didn't like going too near the edge, even though it was a comparatively low roof. Hetty and Thady didn't mind and sat with their legs dangling off the edge. The sun was down, but the moon was out, and the night sky looked more orange and grey than black, sprinkled with tiny white stars. The longer they sat, the more Thady could see the trees and the houses in the distance, with black silhouettes and occasional bat emerged from the trees and performed the unique fluttering display before disappearing again. Thady turned to the others. They seemed to be watching the night sky too, and they were much quieter than usual. Tib was particularly quiet. He had a secret, she could tell. He was sitting in an unnatural way, with one arm crooked at the elbow, his hand resting lightly in his pocket. Every so often he took his head away and had a quick peek inside the pocket. It was Thady's guess that he had something living in there, a snail or a mouse. What have you got there, Tib? Nothing. She smiled and didn't probe further, but a few moments he brought his hand out of his pocket and showed them all. Anyway, smiling proudly, an egg, a large white egg, but bigger than a hen's. Yum, that's for my breakfast. Yum, is that for my breakfast? Asked Finch, making to take it from him. No, said Tib, huddling it over it protectively. I found it by the river. It's still warm. It must have rolled from the nest, and the mother duck didn't come back. I'm going to hatch it. I'll keep it by my body in the day and in a box of straw at night time. Hetty peered at the egg. I really wouldn't keep it in your pocket if I were you. You don't want to break it, and I'm afraid it's not likely to hatch without its mother. The hopeful look on Tib's face fell. Thady felt for him. Hetty was right. The egg probably wouldn't survive. She brought eggs home herself. She was small, and they'd never hatch, even if they were warm when she found them. Still, there was no need to be so negative. There was always hope, and maybe Tib's egg would hatch. You'll make a wonderful duck father, Tib, she said kindly. You had better practice your swimming. Finch had been teaching them all to swim in the river, and Tib was learning fast. And learn to speak, duck, added Finch. Tib quacked loudly, and Hetty shushed him. Let's not make my Tibblary, she said. He wasn't that loud, said Thady. Hetty sighed. Why do you always have to do that? If I say something to Tib, you always stick up for him and argue with me. It's because you sound like this, said Thady, making a quacking sound at Hetty and moving her hand like a beak. Tib giggled and Finch interrupted, obviously keen to avoid another argument between the girls. Maybe a giant duck has been stealing people for her ducklings. Quack, quack. It seemed that whatever subject they chose to conversation would always come back to the stolen ones and the curfew. It's not a duck that's taking people, Thady seemed to think it's a dragon, said Hetty. Thady could tell that Hetty was still cross with her. Finch turned towards Tib, his face animated. He was still trying to lighten the mood. I think so too. I heard that a fire-breathing dragon has demanded a fresh human sacrifice each month, and if he doesn't get it, he will burn the whole city down. He winked at Tib, whose eyes had gone very wide. Is it really a dragon? He asked. Thady smiled at him and shook her head. She didn't want the poor boy to have nightmares. Maybe a fire-breathing duck, she said, and he laughed. Hetty shuffled closer. I heard people are disappearing because of a new dancing plague, like that one that happened in the Western Isles. People hear imaginary music and their feet won't stop moving. They dance themselves off cliffs into the ocean and even danced themselves dead from exhaustion. Hetty was trying to impress Tib, which niggled at Thady. She shook her head. It's not that. You sound very sure, said Hetty. I am. Thady couldn't understand why people assumed the stolen ones have even been stolen. Unwilling. To Thady, the scariest option was the one that the others hadn't considered. Maybe all those people had wanted to go. Perhaps they longed to get away. Perhaps there was just no one around here they could cared enough about to say. Perhaps it's what had happened to her mother. She had received an offer of a better life. But Thady kept these thoughts to herself. She didn't think they'd understand. Instead, she said, I don't know why everyone's so frightened. I'm sure there's no dragon or dancing plague out there. People are just trying to spoil our fun and make us keep to the curfew. And as I explained earlier, the curfew means nothing to me, whether it comes from the Royal Council or not. You might say that, but you actually kept to the curfew, just like the rest of us, said Hetty. We were all back by nightfall. Yes, I stayed inside the city walls after the guards told us to go. That was quite easy though, Thady. Any of us could have done that, said Hetty. Finch looked at the two of them warily. Hetty was beginning to get under Thady's skin, as she always did. You couldn't have done it, Hetty, sneered Thady. You're always whining and playing by the rules. If it was up to you, we'd probably stay inside and work on our tapestries all day. Tib laughed. Hetty's face flashed dark red. Everything's so easy for you, isn't it, Thady? But you're just as scared as the rest of us. You wouldn't want to be wandering around after curfew if there were any monsters out there. It really wouldn't bother me. Do it then. I shall, Thady said at Hetty defiantly. When? Now if you'd like. Finch leaped to his feet. Let's not do this. Why don't we play a game of something Merrill's? I've been meaning to learn it for an eternity, but they all ignored him. What's the monster game called? Tib asked. Dares in the dark, said Thady, standing up. Where would you like me to go? Hetty pursed her lips. Breaking out of the city is easy, like you said. All the protected people live inside the city walls. They are more concerned about someone breaking in. Why don't you try and get in the city walls? Could you go make those copies, please? Thank you. Where is the lighter gone? I am just gonna relight. Have you got a light over there?
What?
A light.
Surely have some.
Lighter. Oh, what you done to your foot?
That's what sense is.
Oh. Probably pulled a muscle.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. I'm having a reedy break because I got really bad dry mouth. Yeah, I know. These medications give me really bad dry mouth, and I'm so not with it because of them. They've recently upped all of my dosage on my medication because it wasn't working, and it's sent me so loopy.
What's that, mate?
Because it's like doubled what I'm on.
No, nothing. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know,
Right. Let's get back to it. Thank you for the cuppa, darling. Finch looked concerned. Not in the dark, Hetty. Let's leave it until tomorrow. But there was no stopping Hetty now. She says that the dark doesn't scare her, and that's just as safe as daytime. So in that case, Thady, I dare you to break into the castle tonight. Go through the forest, up to the city walls, past the guards. What's stopping you? Absolutely nothing, said Thady. She brushed herself down, ready to go. I'll do it now. Please don't pay attention to Hetty, said Finch, putting his hand on Thydy's shoulder. You could be walking into real danger. You don't really believe that, do you? Thady shuffled to the edge of the roof and dangled her feet over the side. She was remotely scared, mainly because she doubted she would run into anyone on such a... She wasn't remotely scared because she doubted she would run into anyone on such a mission. Nasty things always took you by surprise, didn't they? You don't just run into danger when you weren't looking for it. She held onto the roof with arms bent behind her and lowered herself even more. Her feet were still a little way from the ground, but she had done this enough times to trust that she could make the jump. She dropped down to the ground, knees bent, managed to stay upright. The others rushed to the edge to watch her go. Hetty began fussing as usual. You don't have to go tonight. You could go tomorrow or do something different. We could go. Thady could tell that she was wishing she never suggested it, but Thady wasn't going to back on her word just to make Hetty feel better. No, I accept your original challenge. Tib just grinned. Thady is so brave. She can do anything. He reached into his pocket in his trousers and pulled out and catapulted that Finch held him and made from a Y-shaped stick. He passed it to Finch, who handed it down to her. Take this weapon in case you need to fight any monsters. Thank you, Tib, said Thady solemnly, taking the catapult and a couple of walnuts that he had saved for ammunition. She doubted that she would likely to slay any monsters with these. Still, it was a kind thought. I shall give it back when I return. Finch and Hetty carried on arguing upon the roof. Come on, tell her you didn't mean it, Hetty, said Finch. Hetty lay on her stomach, looked down at Thady. I was only joking, Thady. I didn't mean it. Come back. But Thady was already striding out into the moonlight darkness. Tib's catapult in her pocket, smile on her face. Luckily, Thady didn't have to sneak past any of the houses on the way to the forest. It was so close. She strolled towards the trees with her head held high. Finch, Hetty, and Tib would be watching her for as long as they could. She refused to scurry off like a frightened mouse. She couldn't have Hetty thinking she was just talking about being brave. she wasn't tidy at all. If she wanted to do something, then she did it. She had nothing to lose. Besides, adventures were few and far between around here, and she meant to enjoy this one. It was dark and quiet outside, the sort of darkness that was hard to ignore, and the sort of quiet that drew attention to ordinary sounds. Dido was strangely aware of her own breathing and footsteps on the ground. But darkness itself was not frightening thing. People were only really scared of what the darkness could conceal, and Dido was sure that there was nothing lurking tonight. Still, she felt her pocket for Tib's catapult just in case. She walked through the woods using the well-trodden pathway that the folk trod from the cottages to the city walls. She had walked this way with the others on a near daily basis and knew every twist and turn, so it had hardly mattered that it was night time. She kept up her confident gait as she knew that if there was someone hiding in the darkness this evening, they would be less likely to approach someone who looked brave and self-assured, and she felt brave, or to be more accurate, she felt though she had nothing to lose. She felt the darkness of the woods and emerged once again into the moon. She left the darkness of the woods and emerged once again into the moonlight, where she joined the main dirt road. She planned how she would get past the watchman at the gate. She could use a distraction like last time, but Hetty had correctly explained the guards would be much more alert people trying to get inside the city walls than those trying to get out. She would be better off talking to the guards and trying to trick them. She could tell them that she was a member of the royal household who had been delayed on a journey that day, or that she was a messenger with important news. She had reached the city walls now. This was easily won. Once she had a quick chat with the guards, she turned around and walked back to Madame Cabaret. Then Hetty would be proven wrong. Just as she neared the gates, her heart nearly jumped out of her chest. There was someone, a long figure, lurking by the city walls under the trees. That's the end of that chapter. So there's a random stranger. And that's why kids should not sneak out at night time.
Well, it's the first time.
What?
It's the first time.
No, don't encourage this behaviour, Martin. If you like. Don't encourage this behaviour. Don't be sneaking out. You know what? Even adults shouldn't be going around on their own at night time.
Especially after AC changes, because the police will not be.
Just always make sure you're safe when you go out, really. Anytime. Hi, Bob. Bob the pirate cat. Bob. Come here, you. Yeah, come here. Come here. So you want me to stroke you, but you don't want to move, and you're just going to stand there. There you go. See? Come here, you. Nope. Okay. You don't want to say hi? Come here. Do you want to come say hi to people on stream?
No.
No? You don't want to see your fans? Pirate Bob. Pirate Bob. Pirate Bob.
I know.
He loves it, really. He was proper posing for the pictures the other day. Proper posing for the pictures. Proper camera kitty. Yeah. Don't ask me why I'm being so weird. I don't know. That's just me. Pirate Bob!
Kill.
Do not train Pirate Bob to kill. Oh. Okie dokie, what is the time? Well, it's 20 to midnight. We've read a significant amount of the book tonight. I've been streaming since about 20 to 10, so for about 2 hours. It has been an absolutely fantastic stream, and I have loved it. But I do think it is time for me to end stream now. Because we're all the way up to chapter 5, and we were only on chapter 2 when we started. So, yeah. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. And for you guys on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, that is in my bio. And for you guys on Twitch, don't forget to follow and hop on over to the Discord as well. You are all welcome at Nox's Dino Den. Bye guys, have a great day, and don't forget, you are all amazing. Love you, bye!